So the New York Times finally did a 180 and completely flipped on Joe Biden. And their latest piece, they are scrutinizing the president for things that he has said and things that he has done. Not just the way he has said them, but what he has said. Questioning the legitimacy of all of it. And now if you pile that on other media outlets who have turned their back on the president of the United States, it's an interesting phenomenon that I'd like to talk to you about here today. Let's try to figure this out. Like, what is going on behind the scenes? The media has begun its crusade in a kind way because they're trying to do it with kid gloves because they love Joe Biden. They think he was the second coming. But they're trying to do it in a kind way to push him out and get him to step down on his own. But let's back up for a second. If we go all the way back to 2019, even prior, 90% of the mainstream media, print, television, all of it, attempted to create a narrative that Donald Trump was unfit to lead. The Russia scandal, the mishandling of COVID, the narrative that Trump, all he does is lie, the hiding of Hunter Biden. Everything was designed to take down Donald Trump. And guess what? Despite running a campaign from the basement, despite going to rallies where nearly 100 people showed up, where Trump got 10,000, 15,000, despite being unable to articulate a lucid thought, Biden recorded more votes than any president in the history of the country and became president. The media succeeded. And guess what? Biden became president. So here we are in 2024. The media, for some reason, well, that's what we need to find out, shielded the public from the fact that Joe Biden was in a steep decline. Not mild cognitive issues, major issues. Rarely, if ever, was there a mention of his physical flubs, his mental gaffes. None of it. If it wasn't coming out of the conservative right-wing media, right-wing, hate radio, the public never saw it, right? If it didn't come through either us, Fox, Newsmax, nobody knew what was going on. They hid it. And America, the consumers of this, were duped. And it's sort of a slap in the face because it's saying, well, you're not that bright. We can fool you anytime we want. We can manipulate the story anytime we want. But, Biden stepped out of lane. He wanted a debate. And it came. And there was no more hiding. 50 million people saw it. They saw what we saw every single day, me and you. They saw that now for the first time. They watched Joe Biden. They watched it. It was a disaster. But here's the question that still goes unanswered. The people in Washington, they lack conscience. They lack morality. I'm talking about the people who are pulling the strings. But they are not stupid. They're diabolical. I've even used the word cunning over and over again, deceitful. They do whatever it takes to retain power. Those are the same people, though. Those people knew that Biden was going to fall flat on his face. There really was no hope. They know that America was going to see. No miracle was coming. So the question is, again, and I'm taking a long time to get here, is why did they do that? Why did they allow that to happen when they knew that America would be afraid of this version of Joe Biden? America, the sheep that makes up America does not want to be led by someone who's incapable of leading. So what's the end game? What's the grandiose plan? There has to be a plan in motion right now. They being the powers that really, really run things, had to know what was going to go down. Those power brokers, they know that Kamala Harris is the least liked, least respected politician in Washington. They know her nomination for presidency would be a disaster. They know they can't win with her. They know they can't win with him now. About to talk about. But they're smart. They're not stupid. There's something happening now that me and you don't see. It's going on behind the scenes. It's going on in those smoke-filled rooms, vaping rooms now, I guess. Something's got to happen between today and the convention. It cannot just be status quo. They will not allow it to be status quo. The question is, what is going to happen?